I guess related topics. A, there's Maury, or A, there's Cousins. Whatever route you want to go first there.
Either or, go ahead.
I mean, I guess Cousins is probably easier to get started with. He obviously, a couple of days ago, signs with Houston. I think actually, I don't know if you mentioned, I for sure know I said Houston. That definitely seemed like an easy fit. Personally, I could see him, like, I don't think they're going to overuse him. I think if they're smart, they'll hopefully keep him to like that Golden State where they used him and it was like 16 and 7, 16 and 8. You just actually get 70 to 80 games out of him. So hopefully for Cousins, he has that little comeback here. I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. It's a great time for him, right? He's not a contender again. He's essentially when he went to LA last year, as much as he would have been on a contender and they won, obviously, he wasn't going to be the top big on Houston. He can actually be the top big. It's pretty exciting for him to be able to get back in that kind of position. I don't think he's been in this kind of position where he's that top big, even in Golden State. He was hurt there a lot. They still preferred Draymond to close at center. So I don't think he's really been like this since he was in Sacramento. So I think we're going to expect big things from him. But with that being said, being with his injury history, to me, a successful season is him just playing most of the games.
Exactly.
Play 3/4 of it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. As long as they don't overuse him and they're able to just get 60, 70 games, that's just great. I think they'll be smart enough because they have the pieces to not have to be too reliant on him. Like anyone who thinks he's going to get like 20 and 10, 25 and 10, not going to happen. But could he definitely be a good center and a guy who helps them close games and maybe have a couple big games this year? Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see a couple throwback games, right? We'll see a game or two where he goes 25 and 13, 25 and 14. Definitely. But we're also going to see games where he puts up 15 minutes, gets 4 points and 3 rebounds.
Exactly.
So I still think he's going to average out pretty high. I think he's going to average out probably about 17 and 8. I do think he's going to be starting the days he's going to play. He's going to play 25 minutes. With Harden and Westbrook, it's going to open a lot for him just by their drives, especially Westbrook's drives. So I do think he's going to put up pretty good numbers. His defense might be a little slow because he hasn't played in so long. But as long as he gets through the year, I think that's a great thing for him.
I mean, thank God for PJ Tucker, right? He could actually play 3 or 4 again. If you're PJ Tucker, oh my God, it must have sucked. As good as he is on defense, to have to guard guys every game who are like 4 or 5 inches taller than you, and
he's still gonna probably start at center though. I think at the beginning.
He definitely might, but at least in some games they can actually get him back in that corner where he's actually reliable on offense as well, and he can actually have them defend guys again where he can fully shut them down opposed to likely and hopefully shut them down kind of thing. So again, it's just going to be so much easier on the whole team. They're going to actually Christian Wood obviously going to give Cousins some relief too. So I think it'll definitely a very good fit.
Yeah, between Wood and Cousins, if they're both healthy, then Tucker's only going to play center in small ball lineups, which shouldn't be hopefully more than 10, 15 minutes a game. But Tucker has a chance at least to go back to power forward. I can't see him going back to the 3. He lost a bit of a step on the perimeter, but he can definitely guard almost every power forward and most small forwards, pretty much every position in the league. That's why it makes him so versatile, to be honest.
Honestly, if I'm Houston too, like that Covington deal almost seems worse now too, because who do they have at the 3 currently? Because it would have been Covington, correct?
It would have been Covington. Now they have Gordon, still can play the 3,
but he's more of a 2.
He's more of a 2. They have Hoos.
Yeah, so I mean they don't have anyone who jumps.
Danielle Hoos. That's about it.
Yeah, so I would if you give me Harden, Westbrook, Covington, Wood, and Cousins plus Tucker off the bench for any variation of that 6, it's very good. And losing Covington, definitely a rough bit. Again, yeah, because they're definitely playing. Even if Hurts does end up playing decently, you're playing without depth at the 3 for sure.
Yeah.
So I really wish if I was them that they were able to keep Robert Covington, because that I think really would have completed that team.
I think Covington's going to look really good in a Trailblazers uniform, though.
Absolutely. I mean, they got Carmelo again, so same thing. They don't need to rely on him for scoring. He could just do what Robert Covington does. He could be a much better Patrick Beverley at the 3 position, who he can score a bit, but he's a very, very good defender as well.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. It was a good move for their future, I suppose, but it signaled a blow up. Picking up Wood and Cousins signals, especially on the cheap contract that they got him on, signals that they're actually going to be competitive this year. They're probably going to be a top 3 seed, probably even top 2 right behind the Lakers, if everything meshes well, like as it can. So if Covington would have stayed, then they actually could have threatened the Lakers, because in that way they have that LeBron stopper. Right now, they'd probably rely on PJ, but can't play a whole game against him. So I definitely look at them.
Yeah, I would say they're probably towards the deadline going to make some type of move, because they're obviously at some point going to, whether they already have or whether they're going to make this realization that they do need extra depth at the 3 positions. So we'll see. They could sign someone. You never know. But yeah, they'll definitely make some type of move.
Yeah, we're not going to see a starting lineup in the playoffs starting Eric Gordon small forward. So.
Yeah, be very surprised. So next time you know, James Harden's playing the 3. Next year, we're not talking if he's a 1 or a 2. We're talking if he's a 1, 2, or a 3, or just a 2 or a 3, and who knows. But.
See, Luka, that's an actual conversation. Harden cannot guard a 3.
Harden can't guard a 2 or a 1. So I mean,
or 2 or a 1.